What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Yokai Delinquents podcast. I am Sean, bearded Kappa Litton.
Jerry Robo Tengu Smith. So whenever we do these video ones,
Right.
so you essentially just have us like recorded while the theme plays, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's so great because, like you guys see me and I'm just like bobbing my head, but it's all on Sean's and I can't hear anything.
Yeah. Well, now you ruined the magic of our. You showed them how the donuts are made. You spoiled everything. Now, yeah,
But
I
it's
usually
good.
cut it a
Good
little
stuff.
short last time, too, because of such fact.
Very,
Um,
very
I do want to acknowledge that that new opening music you got a hint of. You'll probably hear more on a regular show where it's not just Jerry awkwardly bobbing his head to music that's not playing on his end. But that is Ronin by Gentrax. I did look it up under breaking copyright. I believe is a YouTube channel. It's a copyright free music because we have been using, as we mentioned before, openly that it was from a soundtrack previously. So we were kind of looking for that. This is what I think we'll be using it for now. But we'll put a shout out now to anyone listening. If you know anybody who wants to maybe work with us about getting an original opening theme song for us,
yeah.
we'll throw some cash. We'll do what we got to do. We'll work some deal out. Product
Totally.
placement, whatever. We'll have your album always right here on my shoulder on every video
Absolutely.
cast.
Yeah. Sean will get a tattoo, and I'll throw something on Stephanie's car, like a giant decal,
Yeah,
just decal the whole
exactly.
car. Yeah,
We'll figure something out. But
yeah,
and
yeah.
we'll put a shout out on the or a post at whatever. We'll shout out on the social medias too, in case anybody that was in the music game or knows somebody who might want to work with us. We'd greatly appreciate it.
I gotta say, I do enjoy doing these videos with you
Yeah,
because we have them so infrequently,
right.
and we don't see each other all the time. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny to like get that update of like your appearance and everything. Because every now and then you're just like bald or you have your face shaved for cosplay or something like that, and then
Right.
I look scruffy as fuck and my hair's not too
Yeah,
bad.
it's true. And Jerry, actually, want to kind of ask. Now, the beard game is nothing new, although you've definitely caught up. But
Yeah,
con-
yeah,
considering the what are we? Damn near 10 years now we've known each other. We're coming up on
yeah.
that, if not already. Considering how
Mm-hmm.
we started and where we're at now, how's it feel that
Mm-hmm.
I now have the longer hair than you do?
Isn't that hilarious?
It kind of is.
That's amazing.
Kind of is.
Yeah. We've kind of swapped places here.
Just kind of had to get the flowing mane going with
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, yeah. You're so close to a man bun too. Like,
Oh,
just go ahead
it's
and do it.
right now I could do the bun, but it also still means I have to brush forward into the anime bangs, and that just I'm not pretty enough. Not pretty enough for
Come
that.
on, you handsome dude. You could do
Wow,
whatever with your hair.
yeah, I believe you. But
You
all
need to do
right,
the All Might hair.
the
Do All
All
Might.
Might, All Might.
All Might Baines.
Oh, that is as plus ultra as it can get. But hell, I don't know if you know this, but I actually know a hairstylist who works at a
Oh
salon.
yeah, yeah,
I could make that happen one day.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe for our next live video. It's not happening.
I
It's
mean, I
not
mean,
happening.
she did a fucking amazing Bardo wig for me, so she could probably do anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Big shout out to our
Yeah.
buddy Sonia Mohammed. She is an
Mhm.
amazing hairstylist. She is my colorist as well as shaver of the sides. That's all I do.
Yeah.
But she did style our wig. That Bartolomeo wig is still
Yeah.
stuff of legend, and I've seen other Bardo cosplays, and I still don't think anyone's hit quite that level of hair.
Man, it's one of my it's the one I'll go down in history that I'll be known for, I guess. That cosplay. That was a fun cosplay.
Oh, it was. Oh, that was just a fun
Yeah.
Akon. That's where I got to be
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Fujitora.
Hmm.
I had the trouble of having to cut my hair short and trim my goatee up away. That's all I had to do.
Oh,
And don a
yep,
purple
yep, yep.
kimono, which was which was awesome in the summer heat of Texas as opposed to Beppo.
That full ass bear head.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. But again, if y'all remember from about a month ago, we did another video cast because it was a convention weekend. And this time it is once again. I want to not everything I got from a con, but I think whenever I do go to con, or when Jerry eventually starts maybe going to them, we'll do these and kind of show off what we either got from the show or maybe just picked up recently that week. Nothing too frequent, otherwise you will get tired of our faces quick, and I understand that. Well, Jerry, I got a decent stack to show off. I don't know how much you got to go.
I got a little. I went to the comic book store. I didn't
Right.
pick up any like figures or anything like
Right.
that. I picked up some comics though, some stuff I was excited about.
Very cool.
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
if you wanna just split it up and do one
Yeah,
at a time, I've got
absolutely.
like four things.
Four things. I got a bit more than that, but mine kind of have a little more story behind some of them, which we'll get to.
Right.
But why don't you go
Yeah.
ahead and go first this time? I believe I
Okay.
went first last
All right.
time.
So some of these came out a little while ago. Some of them came out last week, and one came out this week. So I'll show. This will be first. Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Oh yeah.
Yes, yes. The new Moon Knight run started. It's really pretty cool because they're about to start the show for it, so of course they would
Right.
start a new series. As far as art is concerned, it was fantastic. Jed McKay is writing it. Alessandro Capuccio is the artist, and Rochelle Rosenberg is the color artist, and then Corey Petit is the letterer. I haven't got all the way through it yet because we've been watching some Lego Masters lately, so been getting through that.
Old
But
Lego Masters. Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty stoked to see where it goes because it started off with vampires, and Moon Knight fighting vampires always gets interesting. Uh,
Right.
and yeah, so I am down with that.
And I am learning that apparently Moon Knight has a history with fighting vampires. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good to know. Well, since you kicked off with a book, even though I know that's what you already said is mostly what you're getting, I'll do the
Mm-hmm.
comic book I picked up. Um,
All right.
Now this was on the shelf when it released, and I passed it up. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if you got it because this came out back when you were still in Arkansas at the Kapow. Everyone
Yeah.
else in the crew did, and whatever reason, I passed on it. But then I
Mm-hmm.
saw the art and heard about the rarity of part one of the first issue, and of course it went, skyrocketed for a very censored reason.
Okay.
I ended up getting issues 2 and 3 just because the art was stunning. So I had to get that, and I finally got issue 1 for my understanding very cheap. Because I even told our good friend Nick Helms. He was working for Retrograde's table at the con, and they were selling books, and he had this, and he marked at a price. I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure that's worth a lot more than that. You should probably, take that sticker off and see what you can get. The con went on. No, it was honestly a slower con. Wasn't a whole lot of people. And I finally looked
Right.
over and I go, bro, I know I fucked myself by telling you that it's worth a lot more than what you get. But how much
Right.
did you sell it to me for? I said, you can look it up. I'll be if you say what you want, I'll get it. And he asked me what I would buy it for, and I gave him my price, and he agreed.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was closer to what it originally was on it, if I'm fair.
Oh.
But if everyone might know the
Oh, the
Azrael
damn.
Batman Damned,
Yeah.
the infamous bat penis.
Yeah. I didn't pick it up. I mean, mostly because I'm not really a Batman fan.
Right.
But yes, I do remember when that was going around, and that sold out so fast.
Right.
Especially whenever they were like, "Oh, we have to do a new print and censor it and everything."
And that's the other thing too. I think what kind of made it skyrocket was I think it never got a second printing like that. I think it was only censored. It only released it again in trade paperback and digital
Mm-hmm.
with the censoring. So it has become a collector's issue for that reason. And, I mean, I'm not an investment buyer. I don't buy comics like, oh, I can flip this for a thing. I've had 2 and 3. It's bothered me I never got 1 because I actually did enjoy the story.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
art. Again, me being the artist, the art was fucking gorgeous in that book run, and it was like, you know what? I did pretty well this weekend. As slow as the con was, I got rid of a good chunk of my collection, so
Nice,
I actually did
nice.
pretty good. So yeah, I went ahead and got part 1 because it's one. I sold a lot of my individual books, but I kept that run. The
Yeah,
2 of the
yeah.
3 I had until this weekend.
And you have read all of it.
Yes, yeah. I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you guys were talking about it a lot. It came up in a lot of conversations as it was going.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
highlight that just pops immediately into mind when thinking about it was their take on Etrigan being a rapper. You know, because the
Yeah.
rhyme scheme before he turned into the demon.
Hmm.
I'm like, that's
Yeah.
that's cool. I dug it. They did it well. Did it, respectfully. It was well done. It wasn't just like, oh, we're gonna make him. He rhymes, so of course he has to be a rapper. I mean, I don't know. It made sense in the world. It really fit in. I thought they did it real naturally. So.
Did he have a backup like beatbox guy and he was just like gone the form of man.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I. That's the book I paid for. We'll get to another book here in a little bit.
It's nice. So it's kind of funny that you brought up a DC book because I don't know, I don't really pick up a lot of DC. Um, they're just like in and out of events a lot of the time, and the characters that I'm interested in usually only pop up very minutely in events.
Right.
So it's kind of, I kind of waffle on what I get for DC.
Mhm.
But this book excited me enough that I felt like I had to pick it up, and that's Blue and Gold.
And I'm pretty
Yes.
sure you are a Booster Gold Blue Beetle team up fan. So.
Yeah. Booster Gold, Blue Beetle. I fucking love the dynamic of the team.
And they're great.
It's yeah. Story by Dan Jurgens. The art is Ryan Cook. Letters Rob Lee. And it's a pretty interesting start off. I don't know much about what's been happening with the characters lately. Um, and it was kind of a an interesting start off to the book. It's only going to be an 8 issue limited series. So I'm kind of at that point where it's like I don't really. It's very rare for me to actually pick something that I want to pick up monthly. You know.
Right.
So I for this, unfortunately, uh, I might just wait till it comes out in a trade paperback to finish
Okay.
picking it up.
Right.
And just stick with like getting the first issue and then pick up the trade paperback after the 8th issue comes out and everything. But no, art was great in it. The story was intriguing. They had this interesting throughout the first issue, and I don't know if this is going to be ongoing, but I don't see why it wouldn't be because of who Booster Gold is. But he is like streaming his like whatever he's doing, whoever he's saving and stuff
Right.
during it, and he's like, oh, go and donate money to my whatever account if you want to see more of this action and stuff like that. And like every now and then it'll have like little chat bubbles and stuff pop up of like people talking trash about Booster Gold and everything and how he's like wannabe and all this stuff. So I don't know that I was necessarily into that, but this is an interesting concept.
Oh yeah, and on brand for Booster Gold to be
Oh yeah,
vlogging
yeah.
his great adventures and heroics and people still shitting all over him.
Oh yeah, and I mean like out of the two, Blue Beetle is definitely the one that I like more.
Right.
I don't know. I just kind of like his like kind of reluctance to go along with every single one of Booster Gold's plans.
Right.
But he's being a good friend and kind of backing his friend up and everything.
Yeah.
They actually had a point in this where it starts off with Booster Gold and he's trying to save the Justice League because they're trapped in this alien ship. Blue Beetle comes in. They end up saving them, and Booster Gold's like, "Oh, they can't ignore us now. They have to invite us to the team." And the team is like kind of weird right now. I don't know what's going on with that because it's like Black Adam and man, who all was on that team? It was a weird mixed group that I wasn't super familiar because a lot of them are kind of characters that they're dealing with currently.
Right.
But so they got Booster Gold away, and when Blue Beetle was alone with them, we're like, "Hey, we want to offer you, a job or whatever." He's like, "Oh, sweet, Booster Gold will love this." And they're like, "No, we don't want him. We want you." So Blue Beetle was like, "No, if you don't want him, you don't get me." And then later on, they were talking, and Booster was like, "I just don't understand, why they didn't want us." And he's like, "Oh, something about like creative differences. That's okay. That's fine." Like he didn't tell him that they offered him the position or anything like that. So it's kind of sweet. And he's like, "It's fine because now we can do the thing that we've always wanted to do and team up, Blue and Gold."
Right.
Yeah. So
Like real
yeah,
bros.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like it's going to be a pretty good story, pretty wholesome. So I'm excited for it.
Very cool. That's definitely a team up. I'm a fan of the little I have seen of them together. When it wasn't like Booster Gold fucking up the timeline continuity or anything.
Always,
As
always.
him and Flash just take turns, it seems, doing that.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, next item is I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera. Hopefully, you'll be able to see it. But it's a coaster. It's Crystal Lake
Crystal
County.
Lake
Yep.
Counselor. Oh,
Uh,
nice.
1980, of course, when the movie came out, and the year of my birth
Hmm.
with the Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
granite coaster. Uh,
Oh. Oh.
and our good friend and former co-host of Southern Fried Geekery with us, Craig Lance, got that for me.
Nice.
Nice little gift. He just like threw that at me. I'm like, I got some weight on it. This is like a murder weapon. But yeah, get a little Friday the 13th action going.
That's awesome.
At a horror con, which I think is surprisingly the only horror related thing I got the entire show.
Wow. At a horror convention, huh?
Right.
uh.
Let me go
Yeah.
ahead since I know I still got quite a
Oh
few.
yeah.
then,
Oh yeah.
then
Yeah.
we'll get
Yeah.
to your
Go
next
for it.
book.
Yeah.
Now, okay, a little. Actually, you know what? A little horror related. There's some horror in it.
Okay.
There's
Mm-hmm.
demons. There's people slaying demons in a
Oh.
certain anime.
Yeah.
Demon
Okay.
Slayer. Yeah.
Yeah. I see where you're going with
Yeah.
this.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of
Mhm.
popular people. Everyone's got their own favorite in every show. Uh, I haven't gotten any Demon Slayer merch really, other than the manga. I've been buying the physical mangas for a while. I decided to get my first figure. I'm like, well, what's the first figure I want? Well, there's all the badass Tanjiro stuff, and I wasn't going for any of the multi-$100 statues that look awesome.
Right. With just like a whole ass like water dragon
Yeah, right,
thing.
right. Like I'm not going with that yet. Um, I was like, okay, well, what's? And I was just scrolling through all the awesome Inosuke's charging and the lightning kid. I can never remember his damn name. Zenitsu.
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 Ah, I had it. And then I was like, wait a minute. I found one, and it's the best Demon Slayer figure ever made.
Oh boy. Oh, that's that's adorable.
Yeah, because it's still just one of my favorite moments of her when she just like they were going after the box and she just hauls ass in this little form. Just her
Yeah.
running, just
Oh my
Nesco
god.
running, and all of her adorableness.
That is too fucking cute.
Yeah, I like. You know what? Yeah, you could go for the badass demon slaying one, but adorable Nesco. I'm like, yep, I think that's gonna be the first. And that was an
Just
Amazon
saw.
release.
Oh,
That
gotcha.
went at the con.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no figures from the actual con itself.
Ah. I just saw a video that somebody shared from a convention,
Yep.
and it was a Tanjiro cosplay, and they built a huge ass fucking box and had a little fucking Desco cosplayer
Oh,
in the fucking box. I was like,
wow.
holy shit,
That
they did the thing.
that bro must not skip leg day if he was carrying.
Yeah.
Like I would hope
Oh
he at
yeah.
least just crawled in there for the photos, but if he was
Right.
actually hauling her around, that's impressive.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. And that box was massive.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, unless they got
Yeah.
literally a little person, it would have to be. All right, what you got, bro?
So the next one is actually one that I'm not currently caught up in, but they've only got one issue left. So I'm just gonna wait till that issue comes out and then just read the entire series.
Right.
And that's Strange Adventures,
Oh,
which is funny because I said I don't read a lot of DC, but this is
right.
another DC title.
Yet
Yeah,
another
yeah.
one.
So I guess it's more of like limited series are what I go through because I also have the other Green Lantern the fuck I'm forgetting the name of it, the one with Sojourner Sector yep, lost it, it's
Yeah,
gone,
yeah,
it's out.
that one for
That
sure. That one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost over too, so I'm about to binge that as well. But no, this is Strange Adventures. Adam Strange, another really cool, really somewhat obscure character, space adventure type character that like I have always wanted to read more and more. And this is Tom King and Mitch Gerards. So
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be just too good. So I really, really can't wait to jump in this and just tear right through it.
Right, right.
It's going to be very good. Yeah.
Oh, well, hopefully it's not, Batman, end of Batman Tom King. I'm sure it's going to be one of his better stories.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like, and the last big thing that he did, I think before this was Miracle Man, and he did that as a 12 issue
Right,
series,
right.
and that was fucking great. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, I'm pretty stoked to jump on this because it seems like he handles those like kind of obscure like cosmic esque characters in a
Right.
pretty good way. So yeah,
And I honestly, after as strong as his Batman run started and as kind of filtering out that it went at the end,
yeah,
I think he does
hmm
better in short term.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Which that's not a knock. It's just sometimes
hmm
you don't need to sign on for 100 Batman issues. You need to do your 50 and
right,
go home.
right,
But
right.
yeah. But hey, but the goods were good, and even when it got weaker, it was still good. I mean, Tom King's still a fantastic writer. I'm not knocking him.
Right.
It's just that Batman
Mhm.
run, he didn't have the full story planned.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, the next thing I want to do is actually something I owed us from the last video.
Oh.
Uh, those who follow me on Facebook know that I share a sketchbook that I have that I take to all the cons,
Ah, yes.
where I get different artists to draw the Japanese kappa. And I always have to make
Hmm.
sure I specify kappa because I had told them just a kappa, and they're like, "Are you a part of a fraternity? Are you Psi Kappa, whatever?" Like, Japanese kappa, please, a turtle demon, as you do.
Hmm.
First one, and there's going to be some of their names I unfortunately don't remember because I'm terrible and I can't really read their signatures.
Oh
Although
no.
I've tried to follow most of them on Facebook, I just don't have it in front of me because I'm a bad planner. First one is a name we both know. We don't care
Hmm.
much for his writing and his subject matter, but he is a friend, good, long time friend of my wife, and a damn good artist. I just don't care for his subject material all the time. Timothy Lim.
Hmm. Hmm.
He
Hmm.
drew
Oh, ho, 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 ho,
an
ho.
adorable
Look
kappa.
at that little guy.
Yeah, he found a cucumber. Like,
That's
exclamation.
adorable.
Yeah. And if you're curious about what I was referring to as writing, My Hero Macadamia is all you need to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right.
Mallory Jenks. I'm glad I could read her handwriting, her signature,
Yeah.
because she is super sweet, local artist, nice as hell. Her and her boyfriend, husband, man that was with her. I'm just assuming the roles. I don't know. Super sweet. I asked about a commission because I liked her prints and art and everything. And she was like, "Oh, I've never just done a commission like that, or she used it digital." And I was like, "Do you do sketchbook?" Because I've ran into that in the past, and I'm not here to knock anyone with your art style. Create art however you want. It does make me a little sad when digital artists, as talented as it is better than I'll ever produce, will have told me in the past like, "Oh, I don't do hand drawn anymore." Like, to me, it's a little bit of a shame, but maybe I'm an old man, you know. Mainly because I was sad I couldn't get a sketch from them because they just would not do it. But it's cool. But Mallory did, and she knocked out the park. She did an
Oh,
adorable kappa. I
I
like
love that.
kind of the leaf headdress instead of the hair. I dig it.
Hmm.
Chilling in the water,
Hmm.
and
That's cute.
she didn't want to charge me, so I threw money at her anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
She was like, "Oh,
what you
it's
need to
just
do with artists.
when I do hand drawn, it just feels like it's so like it's not clean. It's not as smooth as when I do digital." I'm like, "That's what I like about traditional art. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
digital. I dabbled in it. Y'all see our little wallpaper when we're not doing a camera show." Next up, our good buddy Kevin Taylor. He's just a buddy of ours that hangs out with us on Kapow now. He's not a professional artist, but he's an aspiring artist, and he's been talking to Ron MC. I'm sure you remember him from your days. He had done a copy sketch of this previously, and just been talking
Love
art with
Ron.
him a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did a Kappa, enjoying some
Nice.
extracurricular. I'm sure it's a tobacco pipe
Yeah,
activity.
definitely.
Chilling on the
Definitely. Yeah.
mushroom, enjoying life. It's adorable, and I appreciate him adding to it. And then the ones we got at the show. First one was
Yes.
from Jake Jackson. The name may sound familiar because I know he was mentioned, but Nick, he is the inker and now taking over the art of Vengeance Emergence, the comic we talked about with Nick Helms. they were at the show promoting the book. Spoilers for else I got to show here in a minute, but he did
Uh,
a
dang.
pretty
That looks,
crazy
yeah.
like
That looks
kappa.
like something from like Devilman.
Right,
Like,
like I love the
yeah,
exaggerated shell with the dark shadow behind
yeah,
it. Like he could not just suck
yeah,
your arms and legs in like a turtle, like he could just crawl inside of it. And he
yeah.
added to the Shinkadama Club. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got the butthole sphere. You know, hey, look, I'm not here to judge Kappa lifestyle. I just support their choices. That's all. And then finally, another artist who was like, "Oh, I haven't really done." Oh, which by the way, Jake Jackson, that was his first con commission.
Hell yeah.
He had later posted after sharing it on Facebook when I friended him. Like, I don't
Yeah.
normally, he doesn't normally do con sketches because if he gets kind of anxiety when he's not in his office.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, thank you even
I
more.
I actually read that. I read that post
Yeah.
whenever he posted it. Yeah, because I can't remember if you shared it or just commented on it, but I saw it. I was like, oh, nice.
Right. Also, which I
Yeah.
thanked him even more for doing that because I did. He didn't say anything about it, and I didn't bother him or
Yeah.
anything. But yeah, I was like, I get that though. Luckily, like my style, like when I'm doing sketches at cons, I can knock it out pretty quick because my style is what
Hmm.
I do. But I kind of just zone into it, which is also bad. But yeah, he knocked that out the park. I absolutely love that. And
Yeah.
finally,
That's awesome.
and this is especially emphasizes when I tell an artist, do
Hmm.
your take on a kappa. I want your
Hmm.
interpretation of a kappa. And this nice lady, whose name I cannot remember, but her
Okay.
business is called Copycat Creations.
Hmm.
Find her on Facebook. Copy and creations are with a K. Copycat, one word. Check her art out. She is amazing. And she's also part of the Shinkadama Club. But she gave me, and again, she was like, "I'm not even going to charge you." I said, "I will chase you to your booth and throw money at you," because she brought the book back to me, and I was reaching for
Hmm.
the pocket. She's like, "No, no." Again, I'm kind of the same way. Don't get it wrong. So I appreciate it. She
Love that.
gave
Oh,
me
that's
the most
amazing.
beautiful kappa with the best yowie fingers we got in here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
she 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 was like, I don't even know. I almost didn't want to bring it back to you because she loved it so much herself. I'm like that.
It's obviously a clamp character, right?
It is. It's clamp as fuck. I've shown it to a few people and they're like, "Is that a kappa?" I'm like, "Peep the bowl, bro. It's in there amongst
That's
his
so
beautiful
good.
hair." Yeah, that
That's
is.
so good.
And again, took her interpretation. I loved it. I got a pretty boy kappa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was the two sketches I got at each at Salem County Expo, and then those last two were at not just under Comic Con. So
That's awesome.
more for the sketchbook.
I know. Like, how full is that sketchbook now?
Not
Is
even,
it?
I don't think it's
No?
even a quarter of the way. Maybe a quarter at
Wow.
best. I got a lot more
Yeah.
copies to get. I'm gonna run
Hell
out.
yeah.
I'm gonna run out of local artists.
You're gonna have to start like sending it to me to go to conventions to get it filled up.
Now, when you start your Tengu book, we'll do a book swap and start getting that hooked up.
Oh, I know, right?
All right. So, what's your last comic you got, bro?
The last comic I got, and I think I talked about the last issue of this the last time we did this.
Right.
Actually, I think I picked up 2 issues last time. But they finally released the last issue of Daniel Warren Johnson's Beta Ray Bill, #5. Um, I'm starting to realize that I'm only picking up mini series nowadays.
You know what? Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I dig it. I have an end goal of where I want to stop, and if I forget to pick stuff up, I know that eventually it's going to stop.
Right.
But yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson, Mike Spicer, holy fuck, the art is just immaculate in
Right.
it. Like if I could just get a book of just all of the art without any of the dialogue, I would fucking take it. Like
Dude, yeah.
it's beautiful. Like the colors and everything in it. The story was interesting, right? I think I talked about it a little bit. There was this kind of thing with like Bill. So previously in Thor, Thor broke Stormbreaker. which Stormbreaker was Bill's way to change back into his Corbinite form from his like bulky mutated form that we always see him in.
Right.
And you know, up until now, and I think I mentioned this before, I'm not really sure that like it was really brought up that he was like he thought he was ugly or anything like that. I never really thought that it was like a thing that he even cared about. And they kind of like just drive that home. So there was like a direction I thought they were going with that. Because he also had his ship Scuttlebutt was a big influence in this, which, you know, is like his companions, always cared for him. It's always been there for him. They also brought in Pip the Troll, which I don't know if you remember Pip the Troll.
I know Pip. I remember Pip.
Okay. Yeah. And then they also brought in the fucking Executioner, which was amazing throughout this. He was the guy from Thor Ragnarok.
Okay, it was the same one. I was trying to remember if it,
that had the fucking
yeah
that had the guns. Yeah, so like he was calling Bill his wingman throughout the whole thing, and it was a pretty great dynamic. But the whole like point of the story was Bill trying to find a weapon that could make him himself again, and them finding Odin, and you know demanding Odin create him a new weapon. Odin, since he's not the king of Asgard anymore, doesn't have like all the powers that he used to. He's actually tending a bar out in space. He instead gives Bill information on a weapon that is like of an equal, power, greater power. And it's kind of ironic because it's the Sword of Surtur. And if you know anything about Bill's origin, the whole reason he was deemed the Guardian and his people fled their planet is because Surtur was destroying their galaxy. And he was the reason why they're on the run. He was the reason so many of Bill's people, the Corbinites, were destroyed. So it's kind of interesting that like this weapon of this really great evil in Bill's life is like kind of his salvation to not looking ugly, which is like, I don't know, it seems just kind of shallow. It's like, there's this whole galaxy full of like people. Like, have you talked to the Thing lately? Like, he's the one that like worries about stuff like that. But like I said, it kind of had this like linear path that I felt like it was going to go, but then it kind of took like another path that wasn't necessarily not predictable.
Right.
But overall, positive. Loved it. Can't wait to see, I hope someone picks up where this kind of left off and sticks with some of the stuff that they did with Bill and Scuttlebutt in this. And I'm kind of excited to see where it goes from there, because he sort of left it like open ended, like, yeah, we've completed a goal and here we are now, and this is this.
It's probably a book I'm going to get in trade. I'll probably scoop it in trade because Daniel Warren Johnson's art alone is worth it. What you've told me about the story, I dig.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Without reading it, I know in full context and full detail of Beta Ray going through, the whole his disfigurement. Really, it does strike me because it wasn't he didn't change by choice. So like, that's kind of like, I don't know. I kind of look at it in a way of maybe addressing people who have been in like a horrible accident and their body is scarred and changed and having to deal with that. Which kind of shows that even though he's not human, a human side to this badass space traveling horse Thor. That still can't get a movie deal, but we got Throg on TV. But you know what I mean. I like that though. But I kind of like that they're showing like, you know what, he has other concerns outside of the next planet destroying monstrosity he has to fight.
It was a nice point of like humanizing him and everything.
Right.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah. All right. Next up, not a Kickstarter we discussed on the show for. I think by the time we never even thought about it. At least I never brought it up. We have a couple of friends.
Kickstarter? What are you talking about?
Well, no, we have one we haven't discussed. Our friends Dalton and Wells have a a Kickstarter book called Mechaton
Oh
about
yes.
about a boy who can punch machines and turn them into giant robots to fight kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you did. I went in on that, getting the
Oh,
holofoil cover.
oh yes. I have. I'm getting the lenticular cover,
Yeah,
and my name is going to be printed in the back of that book.
nice.
So yeah, I went kind of all in.
I want. Yeah, I'll say mine's get lenticular. You're using big words against
Yeah,
me now. Is that
yeah.
they originally described it
It's
as
like the
a
shiny,
foil? Yeah, I got the
yeah,
same then.
yeah, yeah,
I got the same then.
yeah,
They don't have the book ready yet,
yeah.
but
Nice.
they got a print of the hot dog
That's
machine
dope.
mech or
That's awesome.
giant robot fight it. So like
Hmm.
the book ain't out yet, but like I gotta get that. And of course, I had to get them to
Ah,
sign,
yes.
sign,
The signatures.
and we had we hung out. It was good to chat with them, and we went to dinner
Hmm.
afterward. Good to catch up with Wells and Dalton. They're
Oh
going to
yeah.
be touring around, I believe, at like a Spa Con and maybe Comic Con. They kind of talked about maybe us splitting, a beer decapa table, the macabre matinee, and them maybe splitting the table at Comic Conway or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, working together.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
But Kickstarters we have talked about on the show. You are done, right? That was all four of your books. I don't want to
Yeah. No. No. You're good.
making sure
You're
I
good. Yeah.
counted
That
right.
was it.
Um, so we had Nick Helms, the writer and creator of Vengeance Emergence, on the show not too long ago.
Yes.
And we did a review of the book not too long ago as well. And at the show, he had the physical book.
Yes.
So
Is that your cover?
no, that is not my cover. That is Jake Jackson,
Oh.
the guy who did the cover.
Gotcha.
He is the artist going forward. He did the inks for the first issue.
Gotcha.
He'll be the artist
Right.
going
Right.
forward. We have another local artist named Travis Starling. He did a cover as
Yes.
well. A
Hmm.
very detailed, very professional
Yeah.
cover. So I had to get that. Then of course, as I
Oh
mentioned,
yeah.
my involvement in the thing.
Hmm.
If
Yes. Love it.
I have a comic book with my art on the cover, and
Hell yeah.
I signed quite a few at the show. I
Nice.
have very supportive friends. Although he promised me there's been some strangers getting my book, who picked my cover as well, which it was a damn good
Oh,
feeling. And
nice.
yeah, I'm a published cover artist, and that means
That's
I'm
awesome.
too good for the likes of this show. So this is going to be the final episode. No, but yeah,
You, Sarah McLaughlin.
but yeah, I know a lot of my buddies, and thank each and every one of you that supported the Kickstarter or just bought the book at the show and had me
Yeah.
scribble my name on it. It was a great honor. It was and a little bit of a. I'll go ahead and say it. Keep an eye out for issue two. So there might be yet another Sean cover.
Do it.
Oh yeah, oh it's happening. I'm trying to be mysterious that there might be. I
There
mean,
may or may not be, but there will be.
the book got funded in 6 days for a 30-day Kickstarter. They've been doing nothing but stretch goals, bonuses, and all the money's going to issue two. Paying Jake for the
Awesome.
art, paying for printing, and just everything else they're throwing at the book. So, big shout out to them. Nick, again, thank you for giving me an opportunity to draw on a book.
Yeah.
Made me super excited. I was very happy to do it. Definitely going to try not do myself on the second cover, and who
Hell
knows?
yeah.
Who knows where we'll go from there?
Yeah.
Double checking. Got one more thing. Not
Oh.
from the con, and
Okay.
well, I definitely want to talk about my comic, of course, my comic
Mm.
cover, not my comic. But this was kind of like it came in time for this episode. I'm like, yeah, we definitely got to record. So Jerry, I know you're a fan. Maybe not as deep as me and some of the others in the crew. I don't know. You are a fan, though. I'm not minimizing it, but I'm just prefacing that if you don't recognize this logo right away,
Okay.
because even I had it wrong when I first saw when I thought what it was.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't what I thought. The logo was. I knew what I was getting, but
Okay.
do you recognize that?
Damn. Nope. I
That
guess not.
That is again, I thought it was something else, although it was tied together
Yeah.
because I knew what I was getting. But I thought, oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's this person's logo, and it is a person's logo, but it's more the code sign for somebody named Fulcrum. Not
Oh, from Star Wars.
from Star Wars.
Yes. Okay.
You push the button in,
Yeah. Yes.
and you
Hell
have
yeah.
Ahsoka Tano's lightsaber handles
That's
in a
awesome.
Fulcrum display case.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like the symbols.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
why I thought it was maybe hers because of her face markings, but
Yeah.
just a coincidence they had the diamonds on it. But bro,
Interesting.
and these are full functioning. If I buy put batteries in them, they'll make the sounds, the lights, and I can attach blades to them and make them fully
Shit.
fully displayable Ahsoka Tano lightsabers.
That's awesome. How are you
Because
gonna display them? Are you just gonna wear them to work?
yes, obviously we're an
Um,
we're an open carry state, so I'm just gonna belt them.
right.
I mean, honestly, it sits just beautifully on your shelf, just like so.
That is so cool.
Well, Craig got the Mandalorian Ahsoka lightsaber
Hmm.
at Kapow, and I was like, I need a light. I have my cosplay lightsabers, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but I said I need an official, and I definitely need my favorite character.
Mhm.
And at first, I was like, hey, going to Amazon, need that character, that character, that character. Like, oh, I'm gonna buy all these lightsabers. Like, Sean, this is why you sold off your collection. You don't buy everything you want. You focus. You
No, no,
focus.
no. That's why you sold off your collection, so you can buy everything you want.
Right. Well, but at first I was getting everything. I was getting Count Dooku and Asajj Ventress's, like the curved sabers and all that kind
Oh
of stuff. I had it
yeah.
all lined
Yeah.
up. But I was like, you know what though? These are a bit more, but it is my favorite Star Wars character in Ahsoka
Right.
Tano, and because I know she's popular, everyone loves Ahsoka, and for reason so. I know we've talked about it in the show, but I'm gonna reiterate. She became my favorite character, and I think it really hit harder when she did, because I hated Ahsoka when she debuted in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I think she was a big reason why I didn't watch it originally.
Wow.
But when you actually watch Clone Wars to Rebels to Mandalorian, she is one of the best character arcs in Star
Seriously.
Wars and just fiction in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she's played by my girlfriend Rosario Dawson in Mandalorian, and
Mhm.
it's just like, yeah. And a display case with it, and those things, like, yeah, they're from Galaxy's Edge apparently, which
Oh yeah.
I
Nice.
don't remember seeing them when we went, but they may have been
Uh,
it came from California, so Disneyland might have more than what Disney World had, or I just didn't notice them.
oh.
Because I promise I would have taken those home that that year when we
Do
went.
they have a an area kind of like the wand buying place in the wizarding world where you just go in and it's like wall to wall lightsabers?
No, legit, you can build your own lightsaber there.
Yeah.
Like
Ugh.
they got down like not this level of detail. They're a bit
Yeah.
higher grade than your normal little like extending one, like the flashlight, fancy flashlight one.
Yeah.
You can actually design your
Yeah.
own lightsabers to an extent, kind of like how you
Yeah.
build your own Funko Pop.
Hmm.
But yes, behind the counter, which I was like in my head, they're $500 a piece. I'm not even gonna look at some of them. And
Yeah.
like, but yeah, but they had, of course, all the official lightsabers throughout the series. Now, the only other one I think I do want to look for. I don't know if they made one or not.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But my favorite Star Wars movie from my childhood is Return of the Jedi. And Luke had made a new lightsaber because he lost it in Empire. And I would love the Return of the Jedi, his green saber. So that might be the only other one I purchase for
I,
now.
I will say, as more New Republic stuff comes out,
Yeah.
I some of the designs have me really excited. I can't remember the character's name off the top of my head right now, but they have a Wookiee that has a lightsaber that has the hilt
Yeah.
part,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like it like moves. So
Oh,
like whenever you light it up, it comes down and then it comes out. So it's like
nice.
Kylo Ren's crossguard, and it
Right.
has like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was yellow too.
Right.
But
Oh, I mean, any of the new series, we're gonna be when we get into like the Old Republic, when we get into Acolyte, there could
yeah,
be another lightsaber I'm gonna want to add. But as far as like, I knew I wanted to get Ahsoka's, and I love her new ones in Mandalorian, the ones that Anakin gave her at the end of Clone Wars. But the double green, has been like,
uh,
that's one of my favorite. Just the iterations of Ahsoka
yeah,
is this era of her, is because that was when she left the Jedi Order because they fucked her over and just mistreated, like that one, which I just recently rewatched the end of season 5 where she left, and then the series became a lot less good.
yeah,
But so like that and that case, that display case has sold it, and I'm like, yep, that's the one. Too much
yeah.
money. Okay, very happy now, and yeah.
I I was so the last two trips I've made to our comic book store here, I've been trying to find the first volume of Something Is Killing the Children.
Oh,
So I
yep.
was really hoping that I would be bringing that and maybe volume two home this week, but they still haven't got it in. I guess it was on back order or something. So, but should be in soon. So I'll get to read it very soon.
Talking about these
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that my local comic book store can get easily. What's up with Seattle, bro?
Whatever.
I don't know. Like
I
seriously, I don't know. Matt at Saline County Expo had like
yeah,
5 or 6 copies of each.
yeah.
Tell your people to get their
I,
shit
I,
together. Arkansas is
I know,
beefing on
right?
this.
I honestly like I didn't even think about it just because I've been going kind of infrequently and it's not something that I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, clinging for that I'm like, oh, I gotta have but I've got a Barnes and Noble down the street from work that I could go to on my like lunch break and look for stuff too that I didn't even think about for some reason. But
Well, I mean, I would
yeah,
I would rather you get it from your local comic book shop over at Barnes and
exactly.
Noble for sure. I get it.
Right.
I just had to
Right.
rub that in because those are excellent fucking reads. And
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
like one day, because it would take all of maybe a day or two. Like
Hmm.
I want a lazy cosplay. I just need to make that bandana.
Yeah.
Just make my own
Yeah.
teeth bandana and be. Have you read any of this?
Uh-uh.
Okay. The organization that she belongs to, each member has a different kind of teeth design bandana. So
Oh.
you can kind of make your own Monster Hunter, kind of like Something's Killing the
Yeah.
Children esque hunter design. I thought about
That's
doing that
cool.
because I was like, it's so fucking hot in Arkansas right now. I don't know if I want to dress up in full cosplay. Instead, I can wear
Yeah. Oh, I
casual
bet.
clothes, bring some prop weapons, and just rock a bandana.
Hmm.
It's a damn good
Hmm.
book. I can't wait for you to get it and read it. 'Cause I really would love to hear your thoughts on it. I really
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a few things that I'm like, it's been long enough, so I know that there's probably a trade paperback out. The other one was Die, but I honestly
Right.
don't think that they've released that many issues since last I was collecting because I think they were on a break and then COVID happened.
Uh,
So yeah. But also since it's Image, I know they'll be doing like a deluxe
right.
version. So I may just wait for something like that to come out
Yeah,
too.
I forgot about that book. Like, I believe I had the first one because I got it for the show. And I think that was one of
Yeah.
our book of the weeks that we
Yeah.
did on SFG. But I never followed up with it because, my financial situation was fluctuating quite a bit back in those days. So there's a lot of books I never followed up on. But I remember liking the premise, kind of like an adult take on the 80s Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, from what I remember. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that might be a trade I'll look for, or at least
Hmm.
maybe like you said, a deluxe, a little hardbound shelf porn add to the
Yeah.
bookshelf.
Yeah. That in Gideon Falls, I think.
Mm,
Which I think Gideon Falls either just ended or is about to end. So that's like a big one that I really want to finish, just because like it was Jeff Lemire and I think Andreas Sorrento.
right.
Like they are like a fucking dream team I first encountered them on Green Arrow, and
Right.
this was like one of the earliest times I ever read anything Jeff Lemire before. Like I read all of his crazy like indie shit,
Right.
and I was like, man, this Green Arrow series is really good. What else? Oh, here's Sweet Tooth. Oh, this Trillium series is coming out now. Essex County, and like then they teamed back up for this Gideon Falls series, which
Hmm.
is a fucking amazing like horror slash kind of sci-fi fantasy sort of take
Right.
thing,
Right.
and like oh, so good. So I'm really stoked to get back into that eventually.
Well, without giving away too much, because y'all can tune into Macabre Matinee on my channel, I do have a horror recommendation. Since we're on the subject, if you haven't checked it out yet, Blood Red Sky on Netflix.
Yes.
And
I actually watched the trailer for that. We were debating on watching it the other night, and after seeing your recommendation and another friend's recommendation, I'm like damn close. I might watch it tonight even.
yeah, I would definitely check that out if you haven't already. Which I can't remember if we discussed or not. The Fear Street trilogy would definitely,
Oh, so good.
yeah. Where, like I said, we were having some issues this morning. I was supposed to record the part two review with Craig, but
Oh, yeah,
Discord
yeah.
didn't like Craig today, so we're hoping
Yeah,
that.
well, fuck Craig. Let's do it right now.
Right, we're
I'm
going
just kidding.
live.
No.
But yeah, yeah, that's like I said. Been trying not to watch as much horror, which is sad, but also
Oh, of
beneficial to
course.
the show I'm
Right.
running. But looking
Hmm,
forward to
hmm.
that. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do in October. you know,
Yeah.
well,
You're. I mean, you're gonna have to find something.
yeah, like
It.
it's weird. I want to keep it October because of the tradition, but without
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
without doing a horror films,
Yeah.
why in October? Just
It
tradition.
might. It might be time to finally start taking people's requests.
Oh no, I did that one year. It was
Oh, really?
painful.
Where
I,
people like check out this horror movie that's so bad it's good, but it's really just a piece of shit movie. Did you
yeah,
get a lot of those?
literally that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh.
I had to suffer through it, so now you have to also.
Uh.
Like, don't get it wrong. I've
No.
had bad horror movies recommended to me. You know,
Yeah.
you recommended Mandy. you know,
It
uh,
was not that bad.
it wasn't that
It
good
was
either.
not. It
But
was
you know
not
what?
that
But
bad.
that came from a place of you enjoyed it. You thought I would
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers were spiteful.
Yeah.
like they were like, this movie's shit. And I think you should watch Thanksgiving and the turkey
Uh,
bong or whatever. Like I
I
said,
I was literally about to say I would watch Mandy 5 times over before I'd ever watch Thanksgiving again.
yeah, and that was one
Yeah.
of them. And there was something about some werewolves. It looked like a high school stage production. It was, but yeah. So don't know about recommendations unless I do some horror recommend or requests, as I'm currently drawing requests on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we got a few minutes. Anything else, or are we gonna go ahead and call it a shoe?
Well, I was gonna ask you, have
Okay.
you watched Willy's Wonderland yet?
No, Jerry, I have not because I know what it's about, and kind of like when you were telling everyone that Ready Player One was the greatest movie you ever saw because there was a Gundam in it.
Listen, there were 10 minutes in that movie where it was the greatest movie I ever saw.
That's and I'm saying everyone describes one thing about that movie, and I've caught the end of it waiting on AEW Dynamite to start on TNT. I've caught the ending to it like 7 times, waiting for wrestling to
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I hear about that, and I'm gonna watch it. All right, all this bullshit build up aside, I'm gonna watch it. Hey, but all I hear is, bro, Nicolas Cage doesn't say anything the entire movie. And contrary to belief, I actually had this argument with, like, not argument, just Craig giving me the judging side eye the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah.
For what, and I should have clarified first, because I'm not saying Nicolas Cage is an Academy Award winning actor or anything, but for what he typically does, I think he's a good actor. He knows
Yeah.
when he doesn't need to try, and when he
Mhm.
tries, I think he's pretty solid. He picks right roles for when he knows he needs to try and when he needs to make
Mhm.
Mandy. When he can
Yeah.
just be coke filled, bees in my eyes, fireman that can meld a fucking axe together and have a chainsaw battle the darkness. I'm making it sound better than it is, people. No, check out Mandy. You might enjoy it more than I did. But I still like you watched The Color from Space, right?
Oh yes. Oh
That's the
yeah.
best combination of him trying and then going
Yeah.
cocaine crazy at the end, as he
Oh yeah.
should
Yeah.
have because he was going crazy at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. It's H.P. Lovecraft, so of course,
Yeah,
Um,
that
I will say this. Because okay, yes, Nick Cage is silent through the whole thing. Oh my god, it's a fucking miracle.
I'm just saying that's
He
all
does a
anyone
really
talks about. But yeah, yeah, right,
yeah,
right, right,
yeah.
right.
He does a really good job of acting that out.
Right.
Like the action, the emotions, and all that stuff. It's really
Okay.
great. He's very grumpy and it's kind of over the top. And he's like, we get it, you're a badass, like throughout it. So and like they have supporting characters for a
Right.
reason in that movie. So
Of course.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's one I'll check out. I don't know where it's streaming or anything, or if y'all have access to it, if you know what I mean. And
Uh, might be able to. I think I watched it on Prime though.
on Prime, okay.
Ye-
I'll look at it eventually, and maybe we'll do a. 'Cause I don't. Would you say it's a horror film?
Yeah, essentially.
I don't
I
know.
mean, the whole premise is like there were these murderers, they died, their souls went into these animatronics, and the animatronics like need to kill people like yearly or
Yeah,
something like that.
I've seen
Yeah.
Let's Plays of Five Nights at Freddy's. I know.
That's essentially what this was. Now.
Yeah, and he's silent.
And he's silent. Nicolas Cage quiet for the whole movie? What?
Just making bug eyes the entire time. All right, I think that's going to do it for today. Jerry, thank you for showing off your cool comics.
Thank you for showing off your cool shit too.
I
And
do.
congratulations on your first ever fucking published comic. That's
Thank
very
you,
cool.
thank you. It was an honor to do. I'm very happy with it every time someone grabbed it up at the show, and
Yeah, yeah,
every friend that asked me to grab them a copy.
yeah,
It's awesome, and
yeah,
yeah, can't wait to see the what's in store. And again, it's legitimately a good book. I can't wait to see where he's going with it, and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna continue to help him however he needs it, providing covers,
yeah.
whatever else we gotta do. I hope y'all do the same. I mean, he's already like I said, he hit that goal quick, so he's on a roll, and I kind of know he has some as he has never forgotten in our review when you called him the Renaissance Man. He still says he's referring to himself as Nick the Renaissance Man Helms because of you,
Sounds,
and
yeah, yeah.
he is doing that because I'm not going to get into detail, but not only does he have this book he's working on, there's another project already in the works, so we'll see what
Of
comes of
course
that.
there is with
Yeah,
Nick. Of course.
gotta let that creativity out. But speaking of, if y'all have enjoyed our creativity, or at least our entertainment, I don't know how else to segue that. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in. Again, hit us up if you know anybody who makes music or interested in working with us on maybe getting our own original
You know
theme song.
someone that plays the shamisen?
We need,
Just
Shamisen is required, so don't even fucking DM me if you don't have at least that in your repertoire. We'll catch y'all later.
Peace.